All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was kind of a funky start, but we did get it started. We had a Meet vote that decided now would be the perfect time for an update. I don't know why it's not working, but we have never had a TechPad start properly, ever once. However, we are... See, this is why... Okay, let's go to stream starting, please. And mute.
Audio?
Okay, live take number 2. Wow, that was a chaotic start. I'm willing to bet the worst start we've ever had to TechPad. But nonetheless, welcome to TechPad. We got started a little late, so hopefully that doesn't interfere with our content too much tonight. My name is Jackson Stats, and this is Blaze Smith. Welcome to TechPad Season 2, Episode 5.
Pretty sure episode 5. Pretty sure.
So today we actually got some interesting topics for you and stuff that applies to everybody. We're going to be talking about planned obsolescence, amongst other things. But first, we have a question from a viewer in Colorado.
Oh.
They asked a really interesting question, actually. Why does my computer get so hot when I'm using it?
Laptop?
Yeah, laptop computer.
Okay.
So
laptops naturally get a lot more hot. A lot less airflow with the laptop, so it will get hotter. I currently don't have a problem with that.
Yes, because Blaze has a MacBook M1. He's a privileged person, unlike probably the majority of people. But mainly, it's because you're cramming so much processing power into like a chip that big.
Yeah.
So some CPUs will even have, the rating for how much heat a CPU puts out is called TDP. And some CPUs can have up to like 100 watts of heat output.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to like a 100-watt bulb in your lap when you're using a laptop at full tilt. Yeah. That's pretty hot. So that's one of the reasons why your laptop gets so hot, is because every time electricity cycles through the CPU, it produces a little bit of heat. So when you're really using it, it's producing a lot of extra heat. Similar to the way that, an incandescent bulb, its main purpose is to produce light. But as a byproduct, you get a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Same thing with the computer. Cool. Well, that was the question answered for tonight. We also have a news article, an interesting one too. What do we got, Blaze? So
for the news article, it's publisher CNET, and it's written by Jesse Orrall, or Orrall, I think, on October 11, 2021, and it's called Swimming Robot Inspired by 400 Million Year Old Parasitic Fish.
Big words.
Big words. So, start reading it. The robot Agnatha X is modeled on the lamprey, a jawless, blood-sucking fish that's been largely unchanged by evolution for the past several 100 million years. About 400 million years ago, a jawless parasitic fish was sucking blood out of a host animal without the faintest idea that one day in the future, the fish's own distant evolutionary relatives would build a robot in its image. The robot is Agnatha X. So, probably should have a photo pulled up, but we don't. Unfortunate.
Convenient, yes.
But if you know what a lamprey looks like, it's similar to an eel.
Yeah.
Kind of looking thing.
Yeah. So what is this robot, does it say on there, going to be used for? Why do they need a robot shaped like an eel?
I have no idea.
That's an excellent question. Maybe one of the viewers knows. I mean, because to me it seems like they're doing perfectly fine with the propellers, on robots.
Or like normal submarine robots, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's some awesome reason. We'll look into that.
Look into that.
Now, last episode we promised a review of Windows 11 now that it has been released to the public.
I have not downloaded it.
And I will deliver.
Okay.
I've downloaded. It was quite the chore, actually. I've downloaded Windows 11, and I've been using it for real work and using it as my primary computer
Yeah.
for about a week now. And I have some things to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, the download and install requirements are ridiculous. You have to have Secure Boot and TPM 2.0 available on your computer.
Okay.
I have no idea why. It's probably for security reasons, but it seems like they're trying to get some planned obsolescence going here.
Mm.
We're trying to remove some older computers from there.
Yes.
We'll talk about this later. But I think that's what seems to be happening. But once I got through all that crap and I did a fresh install of Windows 11, I was super impressed.
Yeah.
Because it's, I would say, I don't remember what we said on the other TechPad episode, but I don't think it would be a new version of Windows. I think it's just Windows with the
a new
new
UI,
look,
a new
look,
yeah.
a new haircut.
Okay.
Because all of the feel of Windows is still there. It feels the same. All the apps are the same. They all run the same. You right click, same options. Everything functions the same, but it looks so much better.
Yeah.
It looks very Mac OS Big Sur-like.
Very clean.
Very clean. When you click on something in Windows, it has on Windows 10, if you click on something, it has a very kind of choppy, old, outdated animation.
Yeah.
But now, when you hit the start key, it brings up this beautiful menu. It's very nice. It's very fluid. And I think that everybody should download Windows 11.
Really?
Because it's so much better to be you don't realize it, but it's so much better to be working on a computer that the desktop looks nice. All the windows look nice and function a lot smoother. And I would say Windows actually works a little bit better.
Does have a performance upgrade.
Now, that might be a placebo. It might be because my SSD is more empty than it was because I did a fresh install. I don't know, but it seems to be running a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
I can't speak to stability quite yet because I've only been using it for a week. But so far, it's awesome.
Okay.
There was no weird crashes. There was no weird glitches. It's just been perfect, which I could not exactly say for Windows 10. There was a couple issues here and there. But so far, no issues on Windows 11. So, thumbs up from Jackson on TechPad. I think you should do it.
Yeah. Okay. So you think they should download it, not wait further?
I don't know if you should wait. I mean, if you're doing really, if you're editing videos for something really important, right?
Maybe wait.
And you need the reliability. You need trusted reliability.
Reliability of Windows 10.
Yeah, but you don't know what Windows 11 could be holding,
Yeah.
So I would wait if you have important work to do. But for most people who are checking email, people like me, like a prosumer that, have other computers, my work isn't entirely time critical.
Mm-hmm.
I can fix an issue here or there. Works fine. I think you should upgrade.
Nice.
That's my Windows 10 very, very short review.
Well, I'll get to it probably this week then.
Cool.
Windows
11.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you. That guy showed up late, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why we had 2 or 3 live takes.
2.
Dude, that was an interesting start.
It's always fun.
It's always fun. I don't think, I say this every TechPad episode, I don't think we've ever had a TechPad go 100% good.
No, it's always the beginnings, really.
Yeah.
Beginnings.
There's always some weird streaming issue.
Or the audio, or...
For those who are wondering, we forgot to, we unmuted the wrong microphone because we're in the podcast room at LPM and there's 4 microphones.
And we thought it was 2.
That was 2
instead of
4.
It's 4.
So nothing too technical. I would advise for the other streamers out there, check your
Double
mics before you
check.
start. Double check your mics.
The audio. Double check your audio every time.
Audio is more important than video.
It is.
Guaranteed. So, well, that brings us to our topic for tonight. Planned obsolescence.
Yes.
This is an interesting one.
Affects everybody.
It affects everybody. It affects everything. Pretty much. What can you tell us about planned obsolescence?
Okay. So, it's not the definition, planned obsolescence. It's obsolescence, big word.
Planned breakage.
Planned breakage. I guess. A little bit. but it's not. It doesn't break your device. It just mostly it's like new software updates, or building your phone, or it's building electronics out of very rapidly, parts that break really quickly, or having software that causes older devices to be slowed down. And
the point is to move users to buy every couple of years. It's to force users to move over. So as opposed to building a really nice, long-lasting product, you build something with parts that are designed to fail
after a certain amount of time.
Or you push out an update that will drop support and make other phones slow, except for your new phones, for example.
Yeah.
Apple.
Which is very common. It's not just Apple.
It is not just Apple.
It's not just Apple. No matter how much I want it to
it's not just electronics either.
No.
One big example of this is John Deere, the tractor company.
Yeah.
This is what started Planned Obsolescence.
Really?
Is John Deere. And it caused a lot of issues. A lot of farmer issues.
Farmers don't like it. They can't repair their equipment.
Yeah.
That's their livelihood.
If you're paying that much for a tractor, you expect it to work for a while.
Yeah.
John Deere saw it differently.
They saw money.
So what effectively they did is they made their they use software, malicious software and parts to make their tractors effectively not work after a certain amount of time. You had to take it to a John Deere. You couldn't take it to any dealership. No. You had to take it to a John Deere service thing.
Yeah.
And they had to fix it.
Because
only big bucks.
Only they had the software required.
Yeah.
It's not public software at all either.
Yeah. The software keys and stuff to unlock it. It was a whole big deal.
Yeah.
That led to a lot of people angry at John Deere.
The right to repair movement kind of thing.
That's a buzzword, right to repair, amongst the tech community. If you say that amongst a bunch of nerds,
iFix it.
You'll get a lot of talk about Apple specifically, because Apple builds computers on effectively a chip that small. The whole thing is on a chip that small, and if it dies, you have to repair it, or you can't repair it. You have to buy a new machine.
Then, like for example, my M1, if the screen breaks, it's not just like glass you have to replace. You have to replace. It's effectively more expensive to get it repaired than it would to just buy another laptop.
Which is what the argument against planned obsolescence is.
Yeah.
Is that you make a product that's designed to, let's say it's designed to break, right?
Yeah.
It's designed to stop working after the warranty period. So you take it in to get repaired, and they go, oh, it'll be $400 to repair it. Or for $800, you could have a whole new machine with all these new features and all these new... And you go, well, I guess I'll buy the new machine.
It's just... It's a better deal to just buy the new machine.
Yeah.
But it's still making you pay for a whole new device.
Yeah. And it's not just hardware, of course.
No.
Apple and Android and even Google, all do this. It's dropping support for a device, I don't know what the last phone supported is by Apple, but you have that phone and you update the software and it slows down your phone. It makes it feel more slow, drops support, you won't be able to, you'll be able to update it, and then it feels slow. And then next year when the new big update comes out, it's not available for your phone. So you don't get all the features.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And you're like, okay, I guess I'll buy a new phone. It's not that the hardware is necessarily too slow. Some features, yes, aren't supported because of naturally the hardware. The camera is not going to support 4K by software.
Yeah.
You have to have, but a lot of the features are just get left behind on those old phones.
Yeah.
So you're forced to upgrade.
Now
the argument for right to repair is that you can repair these things yourself. The parts are available. Yeah. Like if your car breaks, if they break,
you can order parts.
You can order parts, but that was in the past. The present.
Well, you could. I guess
like Ford pulls a classic John Deere.
And then a lot of the newer vehicles.
Yeah, they have they're built around software.
They are.
There's all computers. There's no parts, and it's very hard to service them yourself because only the dealer has the parts necessary to fix your car.
And the software.
And the software. That's the argument against planned obsolescence. Is that you should be able to, if you buy it, you should have the right to fix it, and that's right to repair.
I don't understand why. I don't see the big argument against giving the software with the, if you purchase a vehicle per se, I don't see the argument against giving someone the software so they can repair it themselves.
Money.
That's the only argument, but like a true argument.
There is none. It's just money.
Could it be safety, perhaps? But then you're just ruining your own vehicle.
That is true, and stuff is framed that way. Apple went through a whole right to repair debacle with the law. Warranty void if removed.
They have all these different screws, right?
So there's a big deal with the Mac Pro, right?
Yeah.
You open up, you peel off the adhesive on your screen. You open up the iMac Pro. You go in there, and you're about to take out the motherboard when you see these warranty void if broken seals on the screws. So if you put your screwdriver through it, they're like, oh, you broke it. Not our fault.
Warranty void.
Warranty void.
But that becomes very annoying if the repair time can reach 2 to 4 weeks at times.
Yeah.
When you could just repair it yourself in like a day. It's very annoying sometimes.
But on the other hand, and what a lot of Apple fanboys will defend is that, you don't need to repair these machines. There's people that are using iMacs from 10 years ago, 12 years ago that still work perfectly fine from Apple.
But what about the software?
No, even though the software's been dropped,
still runs.
It's still a usable computer. And there's a big argument for upgradability.
Yeah.
If you can change some of the parts out yourself, you guarantee that they aren't going to die. Yada yada. You can upgrade the machine without buying a new one. But many of those people that are using those 10-year-old iMacs aren't upgrading the RAM. They never touched the RAM, for example. So it's it's a big debate because on one hand, people say, Apple builds great machines. They last forever. You don't need to repair them. But on the other hand, what if it breaks? What if I want to fix it myself?
Then you run into those problems. Because you're not every single device made by Apple is going to last 10 years.
Yeah.
Especially phones. Phones have fallen into a very deep hole when it comes to that you can't fix kind of area.
Planned obsolescence is just an interesting topic because of how widespread it is.
I find it, I dislike it greatly.
Designed to break. I personally, this is my opinion, don't think you should design a device to break.
No.
Because on one hand, if I was a business owner, right, and I had a product and I designed it to break, yes, people are going to buy my new device every year, for example, if I make it break every year. But then I feel like I would be losing trust with all the people buying my stuff. They're like, it's only going to last a year. Maybe I should go to a different company.
Well, I guess currently it's just gone to such a point where it's just normal to have to buy a phone every 2 years or so. So everyone's just like, where do I go to get a phone that's not planned obsolescence?
Well, that's a good point. But what if I started a business and I made my devices last as long as I could, use the highest quality parts I could find? Would that make me more money than, say, somebody who's designed their products to fail? No. If I was seen in the eyes of consumer as more reliable, would that make me more money than just having their products die every year? That's the margin, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure the big companies have run the numbers, and that's what they've concluded.
Is that
planned obsolescence makes them the most money.
They have a lot. Just statisticians just working on it. But
I don't know. Maybe somebody should start a business with that business model.
But then it's like Apple is such a huge brand. Samsung is such a huge brand.
That is true.
That they have so much behind just their brand name.
The
be
YouTuber
hard to
Linus
start.
Tech Tips. Have you seen their video on the fully upgradable laptop?
I have seen that one. Yes.
That is an excellent example of somebody who has taken, upgradability and serviceability and planned obsolescence prevention sort of stuff to the next level. All of the ports you can swap out if they die, for example. If you need a different port, you just swap it in, swap it out. And every part has a QR code on it so that you can order the exact same one from the website.
It's like an old car.
Yeah, and it's taking off, right?
Is it?
Linus himself has invested in that company.
I'd love to see a future where that would be normalized.
I would consider that excellent.
That'd be great.
That would be amazing. But I wish that I could do the same with my MacBook. Even if it was just giving me expandable storage, I would still buy an Apple product.
Yeah.
I would just maybe not get as much storage and put more in. Because, RAM, I get. Nobody upgrades their RAM.
And especially with the newer MacBooks, it's kind of
I prefer it to be
work on
slimmer.
RAM.
I'm one of those guys. I prefer it to be a slimmer computer over upgradable RAM. In my desktop, which, that's the main argument for getting a desktop is upgradability. And you know that, if you build it yourself, you know that these parts won't necessarily be as prone to planned obsolescence. And you can choose the parts yourself for the best company. I've never touched the RAM once in that computer. Actually, I have, because Blaze gave me a free, very incremental boost in speed. And I was like, well,
might as well.
Might as well. But I would have still been fine with my other RAM.
Yeah. So,
I think it would have.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's my thoughts on planned obsolescence. Are there any other markets that are that are prone to planned obsolescence?
We covered vehicles.
Yeah.
Electronics.
Yep.
That
covers a large swath of things, though.
Electronics. I guess
it doesn't have an electronic in it nowadays.
So, it's not a lot.
Yeah. Anything, I would say almost everything is even that that's the thing, is it's so widespread that it's hard to avoid it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily intentional, like always, but it's
hard to avoid.
Hard to avoid, definitely. So we're a little short on time because
we start 10 minutes late.
Because we started 10 minutes late.
Close to 10 minutes.
So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode tonight, but because we're about to wrap up on Channel 8. So I'd like to thank you if you're watching on Channel 8 for watching tonight. I'd like to thank you if you're watching on Twitch tonight. All those people on YouTube or not, I don't know. I'm not seeing the statistics. Thank you for watching. And if you're watching this anywhere else, on Facebook. Facebook is where we get a lot of views too. If you're watching on Facebook, I'd like to thank you for watching. And make sure to join us next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. for another great episode of TechPad.
We're not sure what the topic is yet.
We're not going to... We'll find a topic.
Yes.
Probably by tomorrow.
Hopefully.
So we can get some nice, well-researched episodes out to you guys. More research than usual.
So we're
going to be doing some changes.
So it's a lot smoother and everything.
So it's a lot smoother and hopefully getting our tech straight because the last couple of episodes were a little sketchy on the tech. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.